So I'm not able to do certain things because my equipment is being tampered with. My phone actually keeps getting shut off when I press the internet. It's the neighbors. I know it is because every time I complain about it, they shutting my internet off and doing stuff. Now on my YouTube, I was just updating some videos, but as you can see, it says no views here. Then when I press on it, it says that it's doing processing and things like that, but that's not so. It's being slowed down and tempered. You can see how many times I went to upload the same material, that I'm still waiting for it. On my phone, it says something entirely different. So if I can, I'm going to put another video together showing you what's going on here. This footage was of just a video I was doing on some of the things that I'm experiencing with the next door neighbors. And including in my topic, which basically was my topic, was the tampering with my devices and the internet, the ability to do that. As I'm trying to upload the footage to tell you, I wasn't even showing you, I was just explaining it. I get to show you because now this is the kind of stuff that's happening, including things on my phone that I can't show you now because I'm using it through the Facebook. Not able to access my videos. All of a sudden there's a change in my features on my phone, the same as my headphones. There was this mysterious new headphone link thing that says information that wasn't, on my iPhone for a good year or two, and then all of a sudden it appeared and I don't know how to get it off. And I have problems with any kind of speaker or headphone that I try to use on the phone as well as my laptop. Excuse me that I'm choppy. I'm really trying to stay calm and disconnect from the emotions that people are willing to cultivate to try to get me to feel for whatever reason. So they can make money, so they can feel better about themselves. And so this is what happens when I go to build connections, gain credibility, take care of my business, I get problems like this. While all the idiocy and harmful things, they can group together and have a large budget to do stuff like this and to keep me from actually gaining the camaraderie that I need, the friendship that I would enjoy having, the life that I would enjoy living. And they make it all pointless. Like any effort that I do, to try to be helpful, it gets rubbed in my face. It's like I'm getting punished for trying to do the right things. And then the people that have the monies and the opportunity seem to be a part of the gang stalking program on the sidelines, just laughing at me and taking my materials and using it for themselves. But nobody's helping, nobody's donating, nobody's sharing my videos. I barely get a like. I would go somewhere and just mind my own business, but I have nowhere to go. So I am just waiting to die. I'm not. What I do daily is the tactics and stuff just to be able to maintain sanity while being severely abused by the world around me. And the confusing thing is the conscious community and some of the word choices that's being thrown at people who are having difficulties in their life. It's like, if you have problems and you're having difficulty, it's something you call to yourself. It's something that you did or that you deserve it. But negative consequences of being yourself is not always somebody's fault. If the consequences of being chosen, one of the things that are considered proof is your chastisement, your displacement, the abuse that you go through. If that's true, if just being yourself is a reason for people to abuse you, then being willing to be myself rather than bend to the abuse, as in behavioral modification, like I'm not going to be myself so you don't abuse me, so I'll be what you want me to be. Me not willing to do that is the reason why I'm being abused. Then I'll accept that as a reason, because I won't bend to someone else's will is the reason why I'm being abused, and I'll accept that as, yeah, I'm not doing that. But if you're saying that you have the right to be abusive because I choose to be myself and that's the choice that I'm making, then that's the wrong tone. And that's wrong. It's just, something's got to make sense here. Like, what are you guys all fighting for? The right to control others? The right to take choice away? To play a game with people's very minds, spirits, and souls, their finances, their whole essence of what they feel like is themselves. What am I getting out of people following me around and trying to hurt me and take my picture? What am I getting out of it? The person that doesn't have anyone donating, no one's sharing her videos for all the information that I've shared. I'm sitting here feeling pretty silly and useless. Like, I see the information being used and utilized on other platforms and stuff, and they're getting donations and they're getting building their reputations and stuff off stuff that they didn't even surmise by themselves. But I'm still sitting here with people calling me crazy until they get a freaking clue years later, and then they don't even mention me. Don't double back and give that donation they promised. But I realize that's a part of the gang stalking program, right? I've had people actually ask me to make them things, hats or jewelry, and I did. I spent my money and I made it, and then didn't purchase it. And I didn't know that these people were gang stalkers, and that was a part of them being discouraging, that they were a part of discouraging me. I didn't know that. I enjoy being kind. I enjoy doing things for people. I don't enjoy people looking at that as a sign of weakness, and looking at me like I'm some kind of silly woman, and basically giving me the attitude like, don't you know the way the world is? You better get yours. You stupid for trying to help. It ain't nobody's fault if you sitting around trying to be helpful and you don't realize the way the world is, and that kind of mentality. You asked for it kind of mentality. It's your own fault kind of mentality. So I'm trying to magnetize towards people like myself. But how can I in a world where I'm in this Truman Show bubble, where most of you ain't even who you're supposed to be? Where am I supposed to find that real, when it comes to energy and magnetism, See, that's where you're playing with the energy. And a lot of you know about these rules. You're playing around these people who know about these rules and play with energy. They play with things that they call so-called magic and science. And then they do crap like stuff is not going to come back to them. Like the double slit experiment. Energy is alive and observant. You're watching it, but who's watching you? And if you don't know by now, being a gang stalker and watching me, I'm not really watching you. Energy never dies, it only transforms. And if I was that freaking boring, why would you be watching me? Why would there be so many people watching one person? You guys group together in the hundreds and thousands to give one person a headache. And there's other people like me. My heart and soul just goes out to those people. I can't think of anything worse in the world than to have something like this happen to you. And then to look on the internet amongst the so-called friends or people you're trying to socialize with, do business with, and see more pain, to see yourself mirrored, to see your pain echoed and laughed at. It's a joke. It's not acknowledged. Nobody's coming to you face to face and saying this is happening to you and we want to stop it and we want to help you. They say stuff like, run! Run where? Did you learn anything watching me? Run where, fool? With what money? From what donations? From what people buying? What merchandise? From what concentration for preparing one whole book? With car horns and devices giving me migraines, people messing with my internet and my telephone and my speakers, sending signals to your body, street performance outside, love bites inside, people arguing with you inside, disturbing you while you're researching, while you're putting together videos, asking you, are you trying to talk to men, discrediting your everything that you are and everything that you're doing. And people knowing this is happening and laughing out the window next door to you. Every time you dance to try to release the stress or pressure, they're there with their anger and their jealousy, taking pictures, laughing. Why don't you leave? You dumb bitch. I hate her. Why don't she leave? And the whole time, like, I knew something was wrong. I thought maybe it's just jealous neighbors, nosy neighbors, some cultural stuff. But the more vicious the comments got and the behavior got, escalating. And then I said, you got friends. Now it's a Latino party. Shout out to the lovely lady who works in the dollar store, who, when I forgot my card to pay for my juice that my daughter wanted, she let me go for that. I really, really appreciate her. I was having such a miserable freaking day. And somebody flash mobbed me with the app that makes you like you're the Pokemon game while I was inside the dollar store. Oh, I hear somebody yawning because they don't like what I'm saying. It must suck to be a stalker and have to watch me and you don't like what I'm saying. You know, you just want to watch boobies and butts, right? Or some rap or some kind of meaningless, stupid thing, and you have to watch me. So you want to make me the meaningless, stupid thing, but it don't freaking work. So it's very painful. And I have a sense of humor, but at times this is so painful. I just want it to end. I want the pain to end. But you guys know that already, right? You're waiting for me to commit suicide. I gotta tell you that if I thought that it would work, I probably would do it. If I thought that it wouldn't affect my daughters, I would probably do it because impressing you gang stalkers is not on the top of my list. Like I have, proving to you that I can take all your pain and your abuse is not at the top of my list. I would rather not be interacting with you at all. It's so disgusting. And being an empath, I can feel being clairvoyant, clairaudient. A lot of this stuff, I gotta constantly shut myself down just to be around you. Disgusting, dysfunctional, pulsating peoples. And I work to keep a fairly cordial sense of humor. I worked my last nerve to the point where I had to ask my ancestors to give me nerves because I had none left for you. None. And you think that the program, what is like totally baffling me is like, I can't believe that you guys can actually be that stupid. I can't believe that you can actually be that stupid just because you're organized, because you're nurses and doctors and lawyers and the military and the police. You think that you can keep doing whatever it is you're doing? No. Burnt my freaking sea moss talking to you. There's going to be a day when you're going to wish that you didn't do what you're doing. And no, you can't keep convincing yourself that I'm a bad person, that I'm a whore, that I'm worse than you, because what you're doing causes people to go to their death, to lose their very minds, their livelihoods, their families. To maybe go down roads that they might not have if you hadn't pressed them. How many people are going after you gang stalkers? Just freaking losing it, just being tired of being in so much pain and you messing with them, acting like you're not. And the weird thing is that the new world ain't gonna be built with you. And the mentality that you have to think that it is astonishing. The old world was built like that already. Thieves, murderers, rapists, killers, stealing from people who were actually worth something, and then they marketed it, changed the face, and then came back like they were the inventors of it, like they were the masters of the science and the technology and all that jazz. But who do you think is waking up now? The person who invents the doors doesn't need keys. And you guys are about to get locked out because this is the choice that you made to go around hurting people. Just give you one little reason to hurt someone, and you'll do it. Money. You don't like them. You think they did one little thing wrong. You forget about what you've done wrong. It doesn't matter because you're making money. It is what it is. Your authority, your whoever is overcharge of you told you to do it. Who's overcharged with me told me to treat you with respect, dignity, fairness, to try to do my best, to try to be my best, standing next to you as a testimony of him, of it, of Yah, whatever you want to call the Most High, the Creator. Just do the best I can. be the best person I can be as a representative of light code frequency, love. And that's a tricky thing too, because you have to learn to love yourself. And loving yourself does not mean throwing your pearls before swine. But if you can't leave the swine because you're in the Truman Show, then it becomes a little tricky, doesn't it? If your life becomes unraveled, if you don't throw the pearl, it gets really tricky. That's like slavery. Slavery. How long have I been in this Truman Show and you people helping? Oh, for my own self-development, to be surrounded by disgusting people is for my own self-development? Really? I love the tricky psychology that these Nazi paperclip put in there as rules. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And only the people who are allowed to do these twisted things are the ones who are okay with the rules, because that's just the little bit of non-accountability that they need. If it's happening to them, it's because they want it to happen to them. Laws of magnetism. But they leave out the fact that they're doing something to someone else. And so where does the other part of that rule come in? Where it has to come back to you. Have you ever run from the good things that you've done? Have you ever run from the powerful part of yourself? Not your weakness, not your lies. Have you ever run from the good part of yourself? From the God-like part of yourself? From the strong part of yourself? Have you ever run? Because it scares people. People don't like that part of yourself. So you kind of dull it down. You know what I'm saying? Get along, play along. But these MRFers ain't playing along to get along. They're trying to kill. They're in the Truman Show and they're laughing and having a good time hurting you. I was in Walgreens last night. The love bite says, "Do you want me to give you a ride?" Like, this nigger want to get off the sofa and give me a ride? So I've been having the curtains over the porch windows so you can't really see me as much as you used to. I'm not dancing in the backyard. Not as much opportunity to take a picture. The next door neighbors, you hear them a lot more now that I put the curtains over the windows at the edge of the porch. Just in case. It's really weird. It's like I was on General Hospital or something, you know, and I'm walking down the street and the paparazzi, it reminds me of the paparazzi thing, being in this TI Pokemon thing. So he gives me a ride to Walgreens, and I realize he's the one updating the app. He knows where I am. Even if I make myself look different, he knows who I am because he's taking me. Sit right there in the car. When I go to the grocery store, when I go to Walgreens, that's him. Yeah, I'm talking about him updating the app. So I'm at Walgreens and I'm there purchasing something. Everything's fine, it's turned off. And I'm standing in line and I realize, first I see one man. He looks Italian. He has his phone. He's looking at some batteries. Then I realized from my peripheral, and you know, like I said, I'm empathic. I try to turn it off, but you know, because I like verification. If you hear it up here, I'm like, I need to verify that. I just can't keep going on things that I'm hearing that are connected to individuals, like, because there has to be some balance for me, especially without an indigenous teacher right here, you know what I'm saying, to check in with all the time when these things are happening. It's me in spirit, and then I check in. Like, I confirm some things when I bump into it, in regards to information. But I'm standing there with my back to this man, and his energy was like he wanted to totally crawl up inside my behind. What is wrong with people? He was the creepiest, disgusting, most, like, come on now. What is wrong with you? So I can't dress nice. If I dress like a bum, that don't help me. You just call me a bum. If I dress nice, that don't help me because you call me a whore. What is wrong with you people? How about leaving me alone? Go fix yourself up. Go do something with yourself. You know? How about go invent a different kind of app where people who are in it don't have to be people you're trying to kill. People that are getting hit with energy weapons. People who have been, their rights have been taken away from them before, that have lost their families due to this program. Their children. People have seen people die. And it's a joke to you. You're laughing at me. You think it's funny. You think I'm sexy? Dying? You think I'm sexy while I'm dying. While they're hitting me with energy weapons, giving me migraines. Totally disrespecting my privacy as a woman. While you have daughters and wives and cousins. You think that's funny. Well, you can pay your rent because you got a photo. I can't buy nothing. Look it. Look it. You want to make jokes about my makeup, my teeth, my nails, my clothes, what I don't got. You're the one getting money from taking pictures and tracking me. I'm not getting nothing but a headache. Thinking that I was helping myself and people. My casa su casa. Right? Each one teach one. Be the hope you want to see. Well, where are y'all at? I want to see some hope and some help. Where are y'all at for me? Or that doesn't really exist, because if it doesn't, stop lying to people. And, you know, this scenario is not one-sided. Because I asked for a lot more than pain. So if that's true, where's my goodies at? Because I sure enough put in the work. I do not deserve to have a house full of people breathing up my behind. I don't deserve to be in this fishbowl. Have I got some stories for you? Much love to all the children who speak out anyway, even if they think that they'll lose their own families and their own mommies and daddies for saying no and speaking out. That your family could get so angry and just trash you. And then stick the government on you for MK program. So you could try to make a Manchurian candidate out of your freaking hide. Because you said no. Daddy, no. No, Daddy, no. And no to the rest of y'all MFers too. No. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Can I help people like me? Can we find a tree to sit near so we can listen to some melodies and just chill? Say some meditations. Enjoy each other's company. Focus on creating medicine, or I don't know, something fantastic, or just being together, experiencing life, experiencing being alive. No, we can't do that because you guys are trying to tear us apart. Like, why? Oh, is it really about the money? Can you use money on the other side? Or do you need the Most High? Do you need spirit? Will you need the connections of your ancestors when you leave? Do you know? Have you thought about it? Can you take any of that stuff that you're doing right now with you? Will your children be proud of you? If they're going to be proud of you for doing the gang stalking program, what kind of children are you making? What kind of future are you building? Where does this fit in? Are you even thinking about your great 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 grandchild? Or are you just thinking about now? Those people who put you up to gang stalking think hundreds of years ahead. They're thinking about their offspring. And you know how they secure that? By getting you to think about right now. How you're going to eat right now. What you're going to do right now. How you're going to be cute right now. Right now, right now, right now. I want it now. Fast food. Microwave age. TV dinners. Fast track. Cheat codes. No understanding. No understanding at all. So they utilize the program of the mentality that they gave us through using their systems that we buy into, the educational system, the television and all that kind of stuff, to program us to stay in our lane. Some of us are being taught how to open up businesses, how to be leaders, how to utilize money, science, and stuff like that from the time we're very small. But it ain't you. No, we got a lot of catching up to do. They made sure that it wasn't us. You know what I'm saying? Not unless you were already in that reign of gatekeepers, you know, boule, you know, military, Masonic, religious, you know what I'm saying, background, where you have people who brought you up in those ways already. So anyway, I just had to get that, I had to share that. I just get so angry, and I know that you stalkers want me to get so angry that I forget all about love, gentleness, kindness, honesty, hope. Like, just get so angry and be so full of pain that it's time to get dirty. You know what I'm saying? To get vengeful and lose my soul. And the rage and the anger and the pain and the confusion. There was this movie with, I think it was Nicolas Cage, and I think the movie was called Hellraiser. I'm not sure. But there's a scene in this movie where Al Pacino, I think is him, plays, or some guy plays the devil. And he looks for somebody that committed suicide. They were already in so much pain and turmoil in life. There's a magic to this. They're always showing you in the movies. And I'm peeping this magic. I know that you guys are helping the Vatican to achieve this kind of Manchurian candidate. There's been so much pain in life that they kill themselves. And then the Vatican, maybe through the paper balls, I'm not sure. I'd like to ask Santos Bonacci if he knows exactly how they do this part. And death, when you've committed the suicide, to take your spirit that's tortured and confused and then channel it like the elementals, right? Like the archons, that, like the ether energies that they're working so hard to control all the time, which actually are the ancestral energies of the indigenous. that goes with our bloodline to control the land grids. So in life, we're people that challenge the system just by nature because of the way we think, or we attribute to it. We challenge it because we have ideas and they want to market everything and capitalize on everything. So instead of coming to us and saying, we're going to give you a fair arrangement and pay you for your intellectual abilities or your craftsmanship, they send snakes out like you guys, gang stalkers, to slow us down, to confuse us, to get information on us, to update the psych profile, find out what we're doing, to slow us down, to deter us. Not to be encouraging, but to purposely be discouraging and try to make us feel like we're not good enough. And we're not good enough because we're not evil enough to be corrupted in that way. So they have to come at us in a different way. They have to come at us in a different way. And these people just don't care. You know, doctors and lawyers and policemen and all this stuff, human service workers, nurses, preachers. So many people making money or some kind of credibility from this program. And I get told all the time, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. What did I do? What did I do that you didn't do, even? That you should tell me nobody cares that I'm getting tortured. Nobody cares that I'm being disrespected as a woman and spied on. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. But because you're a gang stalker and you're in the inside, a part of the Truman Show, you're cared about? People care about you, that you're taking money out of my mouth. You're keeping me from having a safe roof over my head. And the more I reach out for help and I express what's going on, even just to validate the other TIs, to let you know that although you're alone when you're going through it, you're not alone. And that space, you're not alone. And like I'm there with you, going through it with you, where there is no time at all. I think that part of the trickery that the Nazi paperclip scientists put in there for the gang stalkers is anytime a TI starts to cry or complain, you make fun of them as if being tortured is supposed to be a joyous thing and supposed to be funny. That they're weak for crying out, having hundreds and thousands of people attack them, and they're just one person isolated. That's a weakness. No, that's a human experience, to cry out. What the is going on? Especially when you realize they have pedophiles and rapists and liars and all kinds of decrepit acting peoples watching you. How can any of you be more better than some of the TIs you're watching with the behavior and in the places that you come from as well? I seen you in AA. I know you're in Narcotics Anonymous. I know you came out of the rehabs. I know you've been in the DOC population. They probably got you there too and made you buy and do what you're doing. Or maybe it's just a little extra money, right? A hustle. It's a hustle. It is what it is. Right? So while you're making your dollar, it's important for you to laugh at me and also make me uncomfortable because you get off on it. So that's a part of your, you know what I'm saying? Of course it is, because that's the personality profile that they picked. the next door neighbor. That's one of the neighbors. Oh, it just stopped. How cute. They're not going anywhere? All that time that they just sat out there while I've been on, didn't you hear that? And decided not to go anywhere. That's the kind of stuff I put up with. Right now, they're watching me. Sometimes I'll get headaches. Sometimes I'll get attacked with some kind of energy weapon. But I know this freaky, creepy motherfucker is living right next door with a whole house full of people. Not just them. But since I've been complaining about it, a lot more problems and issues with men following me around, being noisy and highly disrespectful. So I should just throw back on my grungy sweatpants and my freaking hoodie and my old sneakers and I was in my backyard minding my own freaking business before I realized that you guys just didn't care that you have a woman in a freaking fishbowl. You're taking pictures of her. You're laughing and joking like I would have to be totally freaking retarded not to notice you freaking people with the amount of energy that you're bringing me. So you gotta know that I know. I've heard you say she already knows. She knows. Yes, I've been known. You're just not admitting it. We know already. But you don't care because you're making money off the Truman Show. You don't care because you have no soul. You don't care because it's not you. You don't care because you just don't care. And you want me to be ashamed for my human feelings? For my female feelings, you want me to be ashamed? What the freak is wrong with you people? What kind of women are you with? Any woman who just dogs out another woman like that has already lost her freaking female. She's missing parts already, dude. Missing parts. Real women ain't like that. We don't want to viciously attack and hurt other women. Those are women that are missing parts. They're jealous because they're missing pieces. Sometimes we miss pieces and we have to put them back. But you ain't going to get them off me, buddy. You better ask the Most High, because that's who I ask. That's who I ask. Playing so many games. Got the love bite here. Tells me, get out. Get out, get out. Days and hours and weeks and months and years. Raising my cortisone levels. I got PTSD. Get out, get out, get out. Accusing me. While you're in trauma. Get out. I know you're messing with somebody. I know you're doing this. I know you do that. You're a whore, you're a whore, you're a whore. Get out, get out, get out. Knowing I have nowhere to go, no money, and knowing that they're kicking me out of the shelters and stuff. So you're walking around the street at the laundromat, grown-ass woman walking around with no family, no friends, nowhere to go. After being verbally abused and, played around with at home, the gaslighting and stuff like that, because he's a handler and I didn't even know it. I'm feeling so bad because I don't have a friend in the world, walking around all over the street. What a piece of crap I must be. Nobody loves me. Oh, there it is. My buddy. I can trust him, right? I can trust him. All I need is a little hug. Just a little bit of affection would be kind. They're always beating me down. I didn't know you guys was watching the whole time. The Truman Show. So funny to watch that whore burn and fall. So funny to make her think I'm a friend when I'm not one at all. Are you, buddy? Can I take a picture? Can now. I'm right here. And I've known for so long, and had to lie to myself just to survive inside of here. Just to survive. Are you guys human anymore? That's my messy closet. It needs cleaning. Come out the closet. Be a friend. Be family. Truly evolve. Be the hope you want to see. Because it sure ain't a gang stalker. It's funny, right? I'm so vulnerable. I'm so hurt. I'm so confused. I'm so alone. I'm so broke. I'm so on the outside. I so am not one of the people with the devices that can give somebody migraines. I'm so not the one that has a business where I can lock someone out. I'm so not the one that has a house so I can go online and make fun of somebody. Just a reminder, just a little reminder of what they don't have. Oh, I'm in this beautiful big house by myself, knowing that bitch needs a place to stay, and I'm a gang stalker. Hurt that bitch! Let her know she ain't got nothing! Nobody! Nowhere! Not a dollar! But she can suck my balls if she want to. Hey, I say! Ha ha! Give me that picture, bitch! Give me that picture! Got my daughter in on it. The little essays. Follow the bitch around. The fucking whore brings money, man. You think I don't fucking hear you? Feel you? This lady is laughing. I can hear them. The response. Even with the car, they just don't care. The love bite my husband always tells me, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, so you don't care. I get it. With this kind of orchestration, nobody cares. But why? Why? I know for a fact some of you are murderers, killers, pedophiles, thieves. That's how you got there. So what makes you better? Than a whistleblower, than a person who had a past that cleaned it up, that's honest about what she's experiencing and going through, that the Most High chose anyway. Anyway. Yeah, so he stresses me out and tells me to get out. And then calls up one of his Mason buddies. The bitch is over there. She's pretty upset. Or maybe he doesn't tell him at all. And I'm sitting there in a laundromat or walking down the street thinking, woe is me, I don't have a soul in the world. Not a friend, not a family, nothing. Not even a buck. For all the work that I do, effort I put in. Here you come. And who do I bump into? Here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and we got the car thing going too. I love the collaboration here. This is really cool.
Because you don't have marijuana?
No, I don't need any marijuana right now. What I need is peace of mind. Do you see the credibility attack? I'm a grown woman minding my own business. He comes from out of nowhere. He was in the other room making noises before. That didn't stop me. Their distractions didn't stop me that you heard. So now here he is. So you guys be telling on yourself all the time. He's got to do his job.
Because you're schizophrenic and you don't want to deal with none of your what you call it. You're schizophrenic paranoia. That takes marijuana to use what you want. And this is the result.
This is what you helped. Yeah. This is what you guys helped.
No.
Later he'll want to have sex.
So I'm normally my wife. You talk to men.
Oh, that's right. I told you about the program where the love bites.
How about when you masturbate?
The gang stalkers.
What about masturbating on the original?
Oh, this is an interesting credibility attack. You guys getting to hear about me.
That's all you do.
Woohoo.
You're married. You got single on there. Are you married? Tell me
I
single.
have separated on there.
Okay, but you're here, right? Every day.
I want to be separated. I've made that loud and clear. All the neighbors know, everybody knows.
How many years though? Last 10 years been saying that? Huh?
Even my friends that I saw when I went for the little walk, when you kicked me out, you said, get out, get out, get out.
When you talk to other males?
When you abuse me and accuse me of talking to other people and I don't have anyone at all, and then I go for my little walk and I bump into a little friend. Just want to talk to somebody and have a little bit of kindness. Just a little smidgen. Can I get a little bit of smidgen? Just a little hug?
This is the help that we get from the mental health, from these lives right here. Well, women get on there and tell all their sick secrets. You think you look really cool, but I'm your
I tell my sick secrets, but you came in here and started to talk about me masturbating.
No, you do though.
I do?
Every other night, when I'm not having sex, we having sex with somebody else. That's your whole life, from the beginning of the morning until you go to sleep.
Are we tied into the
And you saying people out here, you're schizoid family. I'm gonna go now. Help her.
You know, like some kind of harem where people have to be garbed up or stuff, because he's constantly talking about
years, so I got love for him.
25 years.
25 years.
You hear that? 25 years.
She's not helping me, family.
25 years.
Bye-bye. She's sick, and it's getting worse and worse.
And it's not working. You guys' program is over. He's a love bite. I mean, of course he's going to try to do his job for y'all so you can keep the whole program in order. But it's done now. All the information is all over the internet. I wouldn't even be squawking about this like this if I wasn't sure about that. Because like I said, I've been known. Just didn't have any proof, and nobody gave a flip about me enough to come and say anything to me. So I figured, well, maybe they just couldn't. I couldn't fathom that people that I thought were my friends could actually be so evil. Maybe they got trapped in there somehow, taken advantage of, I don't know, but I know it is affecting me, and I know I deserve to live. I would say much love to you and yours, but I don't feel like it right now. So I'll just say I'm out. This is Regina's Rabbit Hole with Siren Buddha Medicine, talking about gang stalking, the neighbors, the love bite in my freaking bed that I want out. I go to domestic violence shelter. What good is that going to do? Let me show you something right now. Let me see. Okay. We're just going to do this really quick.
You won't get enough for me no more. That's what we're gonna do.
You barely do anything for me anyway, dude. Okay? Look at me. Let me see. Oh, this is what my life is like. Oh, because of the little potholes, I can understand that, right? The landlord doesn't want any kind of accidents to happen where somebody sues, so he put a little cone there. That's them. All the, I guess they're getting rid of shit. Excuse me. First response workers, like I was saying, whenever I would go to that corner over there, he would stop me and be like, did you go to the corner? What are you going around the corner for? Like, I'm a dog on a leash and I can't go over there around the corner. And I always had I made videos about that house before. There's no number on the house. And I knew that the people in that house were spying on me. I also had an occasion where the woman would sit right outside there every day, and when I woke up, she would just be cough, 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 and I knew that she was connected to the Neuralink. As I was out here, I don't know if you heard me when I first came out, but you can always tell when the younger ones are there because they start making all that noise, and she gets really excited about hurting me. And obviously, I'm not okay, buddy. Obviously, I'm not okay. And because I know that most of the men that come my way were sent my way, I'm never going to be okay again. That means I can't even have not one friend. Because you're all just waiting for me to have a moment of weakness so you can call me some kind of a whore or a crazy person. You're not looking to help me. You're looking to make money. Or I wouldn't still be in the situation I'm in right now. How many times I went to domestic violence shelter and got kicked out, had people stalk me there. And I made the connections between the woman who worked there, where my landlord, he's selling this place, the dance studio where my daughters used to go before we took them out of there. His secretary, when we first moved here, her name was Tara. She was one of the women that I seen at the domestic violence shelter, but I did not recognize that it was her at the time. I had displacement. It wasn't until after everything happened that I realized, Tara? Oh yeah, that is Tara. It was her. And then I played back certain things that she was doing, the way she was looking at me and things like that. Come around the corner. Come on. Weird fucking street. Anyway, this is Regina's Rabbit Hole, Siren Buddha Medicine. That was one of the places that I got kicked out of, was the domestic violence shelter. That place that I connect Tara with, that worked for the landlord owns this house where I'm at right now, where we've been renting for over 10 years. And the human, the healthcare workers, first responders that you're looking at right there. Also with the government manual that I placed on my Facebook already, gives you the connections and the departments that work with the TI program, with the government stalking program. So I've made my connections. There is no going back. You guys can keep playing your game if you want to. I'm looking for a lawyer or whatever help that I can freaking get before you freaking kill me.